Guys. We've all seen an anime, heard of an anime, smelled an anime? With all the recent boom of JRPG, it's time for you to play an anime. Whether it be the Persona series, Final Fantasy, or the wackiness of the Yakuza series, JRPGs are a complete entertainment package that keep you invested through fresh gameplay changes, tone-shifting side quests, and a plethora of mini-games. Or whatever Yakuza is going on, frankly, I'm still not ready for that game yet. JRPGs can be daunting, coupled with a fan base that is way too zealous. I can't blame you for not trying it out, but you have slept on potentially the greatest video game experience you could have. I'm Solaris, and this is a video about Nier Automata. Anime girls in badass fight scenes? Sign me up. Why are you doing this to me? That's a question you're gonna ask a lot while playing Nier Automata. If you're a fan of good stories and awesome combat, you're gonna want to stick around. Nier Automata asks the ever-important question, who would win in a fight between your anime waifu and ChatGPT? And with an IGN rating of 8.9, I had to give it a try. Little did I know that I was gonna go on a trip of sadness and despair that was simultaneously going to put me in depression and yet help me find meaning in life through this journey orchestrated by a man who takes Halloween costumes way too seriously. It's no surprise to me that anime girls are a big reason people start playing this game. Just look at all the people who enjoy the previous Nier games. I acknowledge that overindulging in fan service is bad for the story, but I'm glad to say that Nier does it perfectly. The costumes genuinely felt like a part of the world. It's never shoved down your throat, and oh my god, stop self-destructing to be. But even if maid outfits aren't your thing, you can see the passion that has gone into creating visually appealing characters with unique character designs, personalities, and fighting styles. Controlling every character feels different, and unique playstyles like Ninus's bullet hell hacking sequence keeps combat and gameplay fresh during your second playthrough. Speaking of, the story is set up in 5 different sections comprising of endings A to E and coupled with 21 other joke endings for all you heartless motherfuckers who kill Pascal the moment you see him. Without getting too much into the story, you play as 2B, a focused and stoic android fighting the machines on a post-apocalyptic Earth. The world of Nier is a sweet spot of blending fantasy with reality. The desolate and broken terrain populated with machines feels alien yet nostalgic. I still can't get over the first time I walked into the flooded city, staring at the dilapidated buildings on the edge of an ocean, or the hours spent running past massive man-made structures in the city ruins. Each part of the world is constructed to make the place feel real yet otherworldly. The speed at which the androids run lends itself to creating larger-than-life sceneries and massive set pieces. Even the most desolate of places like the desert have hidden pockets of exploration and random points of interest on the edge of the map to keep the player invested while running through it. There was never a moment in game where I looked at my watch or ever felt the need to stop playing. Talking about Nier Automata without mentioning the music could be a sin. Keiichi Okabe and his studio did a marvelous job creating some of the most iconic soundtracks in video game that you can listen to at any time of the day. A highlight in music was the Japanese version of the song Weight of the World, which mirrors the feelings of the player at the end of the game. Each soundtrack fits in perfectly with the location, story, and characters, whether it be the eerie exuberance of the amusement park or the tranquility of the resistance camp or the opening battle sequence that made me start a new game for the 1000th time. JRPGs were forever in my gaming backlog, but there was always an invisible barrier that stopped me from diving into them. Growing up playing single-player Call of Duty campaigns and Arkham series, I had been conditioned to video games offering a particular style of entertainment, and I could always expect what I'm getting myself into. Enter JRPGs, where I'm sitting down, watching an hour-long cutscene in Yakuza Kiwami, constantly shifting camera perspectives and overwhelming UI in Persona 5, a visual novel-style dialogue in Scarlet Nexus, and the funeral fucking boss fight, and you guessed it, Yakuza Kiwami, are examples of what I initially considered bad gameplay design choices. But by giving them another chance, I started to realize that I can't jump in, play for 30 minutes, and then go about doing my own thing. I need to put some time into understanding the story, the world, and the message to get the complete experience. Nier Automata gives you a glimpse into the world of JRPGs by introducing you to all of these quirks in a familiar package of hack and slash action RPG. You will see the appeal feel of thematic shifts, long drawn-out battles, world building through dialogue-rich cutscenes, missing entire subplots because you never visited that marker on your map, and watching YouTube videos of Easter eggs that break your understanding of entire boss fights. I can't remember the last time I could feel the developers' passion more clearly in a game. These experiences, although rare, aren't exclusive to the JRPG genre. Cyberpunk 2077, Ghostwire Tokyo, and Gris are only some of the games that I had the pleasure of playing recently. Worlds that kept me engaged, not by feeding me loot boxes and Nicki Minaj operators, but by creating a world so detailed and rich that it made me invest an unreasonable amount of time in them. One of the reasons I felt Cyberpunk was going to be what it is today was the track record of developer CD Projekt Red in creating immersive worlds. Even at its very worst, almost everyone could see the effort that had already gone into it. I realized that the end game will always be about the number of copies sold and revenue earned, but once in a while, a developer wins and shows you what every piece of art should aspire for. This has been my glazing for Nier Automata. Thank you to everyone who stuck around, and I plan on making more videos if life permits, so stick around and I'll catch you again soon. Thank you.